Barigalust! Welcome to the AWWA Armenian Voices, where Armenian stories live, breathe, and are passed on. In each episode, you'll hear real Armenian voices sharing personal stories about culture, family, and identity. Stories that help us stay connected to who we are and where we come from. This week's stories are all about the power of love. We hope you enjoy this episode, brought to you by the Armenian Women's Welfare Association, AWWA, where our mission since 1915 has been to honor, uplift, and care for our elders, advocate for their voices, and honor Armenian heritage.
Hi everyone, my name is Tate, and I feel extremely grateful to be a part of this wonderful Armenian heritage presentation. I am an Armenian through and through. I was born in Yerevan, Armenia, and moved to New York when I was 8 years old. So I was blessed enough to have lived in Armenia and been taught the beautiful traditions of being an Armenian from the motherland. And then coming to New York, a completely westernized place where cultures clashed. However, as I grew up in New York, and I would come home to a very traditional Armenian home where mom was in the kitchen cooking, making harissa, making amazing Armenian dishes, dad doing khorovats in the backyard, spreading the smell of Yerevan in the streets of New York. As a little girl, I had to tie the bridge of my now new culture in America, in the bustling city of New York, to the quaint, warm little traditions of Yerevan that I brought with me and carried forever. Being Armenian to me means carrying years and years of tradition, of both love, strength, joy, and pain. As an Armenian, we all have ancestors who have suffered a genocide, who have had to fight for their tradition, their language, and their religion to be upheld. I remember my grandma telling me stories about her father fighting in World War and how they had to pray secretly during the Soviet era because being a Christian in an atheist country was forbidden. Now, living in New York, a Western city where there are people of different religions, of different cultures, having to face a different difficulty of sustaining your culture, sustaining your religion and traditions, I have found myself so proud to be an Armenian, to be someone who came from a background of strength and resilience. To be Armenian means to be family-oriented, to be a Christian, and a resilient individual who uses the education, the wisdom, the love of our culture to spread to others, and to hear someone say, "Oh, I have this Armenian friend, they're amazing people." I have had that experience happen to me when I have introduced myself as I am Armenian and have had people say, "Oh, I know an Armenian person that I was friends with, and they are one of the nicest people." And I have always thought to myself, one day I want someone to say that about me. Not for my own sake, but for the sake of our Armenians, to spread the word of how absolutely amazing we are and how much love and care we can spread to the world, both as Christians and as Armenians.
Thank you for listening to our podcast today. We hope today's episode offered insight into the Armenian experience. To explore more resources or make a donation to help further our mission, please visit www.awwainc.org. That's www.awwainc.org. Your support makes a lasting difference.